Hey guys, Bushcraft 412. What I want to talk about today is what's the best survival food? Got a bunch of food out here. I'm actually expecting the mail truck any minute now and getting a delivery of some new Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers. So I went and purchased some foods I can seal up and some that I can just add to the pantry. And wanted to have a quick discussion about what I think the best survival food is. And I got a bunch of stuff out here. We got, flour, sugar, baking soda, rice, beans, all kinds of different stuff out here. And in my opinion, and guys, you don't have to agree with me on this, the best survival food there is peanut butter. And I know you're thinking, oh my god, you're crazy, but hear me out on this one. Peanut butter is relatively cheap. You're talking $3 or $4 for the jar, which is very expensive when you consider rice, when I can get a 5-pound bag at Walmart for, what was this, like $2 something, or you can get the dollar store brands for even cheaper. But survival is not always easy, and rice does not always cut it. And literally, if you look at this can here, this is a fairly small size jar of peanut butter. There's about 2,300 calories in this jar, which is about what you need to survive for a day. So if you look at this, this is basically 1 day survival in a jar. It takes no cooking, no preparation. You can scoop it out with your finger. You don't even need utensils. And it tastes great. I mean, to be honest, rice, people are going to get sick of rice. If you got jars and jars of peanut butter, you're not going to get sick of peanut butter. Peanut butter does not have as good of an expiration date as dry foods like rice and beans. But if you look at it, most peanut butter out of the jar has about a 2 to 3 year best by date. And the best by date is not set in stone. That's when it's best by. Actual peanut butter should not go bad because it has natural antibiotics and antimicrobials in the peanuts, I guess. So it really doesn't go bad. It can after years and years, but a sealed jar from the store should last well beyond its best by date. I'd estimate, it may survive as much as 5, 6, 7 years. So when it comes to long-term storage, if you're a family of, say, 4 and you go through one of these a month, pretty much if you can keep 30 or 40 of these laying around, and then you should be able to rotate them out without them going bad. Hang on, let me get that lens cap out of the way, guys, so it's not rattling and making that annoying noise while we're talking here. So it's a very easily rotatable food. It's difficult to rotate rice, because you just get sick of rice. You can't have it every night, it gets boring. So I find as a survival food, peanut butter is way easier to rotate, and it's part of your, for some people, it's part of their everyday diet. Some people have peanut butter toast every morning. So I think it's a lot of calories, nutrient dense, easy to prepare, easy to store, very easy, so many things you can make out of it. If you do have, you can make cookies and other things out of it. But on top of all that, how easy is it? Just, if you got to run out your door to grab 2 or 3 jars of this and you have enough food for, 3 days. And let's look at the nutritional on this. One of the interesting things about peanut butter, if we can get this to focus, is it pretty much has an even amount of protein and carbohydrates. Depending on what brand you buy, it has a good amount of fiber. So if you were living on this and you were eating, say, 10 servings a day of this, which would be about 1,900 calories. Of course, you're going to have way too much fat, but, in a shit hits the fan situation, you're going to, that fat's probably going to come in handy when you're on a reduced diet. There's no cholesterol, very little sodium, and you're looking at even parts carbs and protein, not too much sugar, so it's a good, straight carbohydrates, lots of, fiber. You're looking at 20 grams of fiber a day, 7 grams of, that'd be 70 grams of protein by the end of the day, which is plenty what you need. But on top of all that, it does have some vitamins in it too. It's not a lot, but it does have some trace amounts of vitamins. All in all, not a bad survival food at all. And you add on top of that, there is probably no better bait for animals than peanut butter. If you want to catch squirrels or rabbits or anything like that, you put a little peanut butter out, you're going to draw animals in. It's a nice added bonus. You know, rice stores longer, it's cheaper, and you probably get a little more nutritional value out of it. But I really think peanut butter is a no-lose for your food preps. I mean, you're talking, you know, any situation, no matter where you are, you can have peanut butter. If you're in the pouring rain and you can't get a fire going, you're not going to be able to boil this rice and cook it. You're in the middle of the Arctic. You may not be able to cook this rice. This peanut butter, you know, it may get cold and it may get hard, but you can still eat it. It's still not going to be a problem. So I really think, you know, on the run, you know, in the house, whatever, it's a great survival food, and I think it makes sense to add this into your stores. But one of the big things is, guys, don't run out and buy, you know, cases of peanut butter. Don't buy more than you can rotate out. Look at the best by date, which is about 2 years, so you're talking 24 months. If you use a jar a month, probably you could keep 24 jars in your stores, and you would always rotate them out by the best by date. Now that's if you're being conservative. If, you know, you want to push it, you could probably go as far as 48 jars, and they would rotate out before they went bad. And 48 jars at 2,000 calories a jar is like 48 days of food. So that's a month and a half worth of food that you can keep in your pantry, and there's no preparation. You don't have to vacuum seal it. You don't have to put it in Mylar bags. It's great just the way it sits. So there you go, my opinion on the best survival food. At least it's my opinion, guys. Sorry. I know a lot of you are going to disagree with it, and that's okay. That's fine. But I really think, you know, if you got your rice, you got your beans, you got all these other things, your flour, your salt, all that, stock up on the peanut butter too, because it's a great survival food.